Hey everyone, Sanjay here from Contriver podcast, and you are listening to Mentos. And in this week we are gonna discuss about Bill Gates, and this is the third video I am releasing in this series. So Mentor 2 and video 3, 2.3. So in this video we are gonna discuss about the leadership of Bill Gates. How did this person really create a $1.2 trillion empire and revolutionize the entire computer industry? And if you haven't watched those previous videos, I'll link it over here. Make sure you guys click on it. It's over here. So click on it and watch it. So once you watch that, I highly recommend you guys to watch that and watch this. This video doesn't have anything about Microsoft and about Bill Gates. How did he? What's his vision in Microsoft, and why did he start Microsoft? All that we'll jump onto the leadership directly, and let's get started.
Starting out at a small scale again, it's got a certain attraction to it. But I think it's interesting. Our business is not one where money makes that much difference at all.
Is the place always struggle, never lose. Our star to count when it hurts, no excuse, cause my goal is huge. Just lose and reuse.
So the leadership. Bill Gates was a person who won't even return any phone calls. He won't even answer any phone calls once he start working. So why? Because he would concentrate a lot in his work, and he would consider lots of things as competition. Once when he was working in Alter, what really happened was one of the employee, he just showed him a game, and he defeated him for 35 to 37 times, and Bill Gates was so offended by it. And what really happened after that was, after some days they just started to play that game again, and he was the expert within that short time of period, and every game that they really played after that particular time, the opponent who was playing against Bill Gates, they wouldn't even win, and it would have been tie, or Bill Gates would have won. So that is how competitive he takes everything, and he's a great person in that. And after that, he would really treat his employees somewhat bad and somewhat cool, and when they used to present different things, present a new idea, if that is really bad, Bill Gates would directly say that that is one of the stupidest thing I have ever heard. So Bill Gates would directly say that he wouldn't even waste any time. Bill Gates would say that the lesson that we can learn is company is not something that you feel like investing money, getting money out of it. No, it's not really that. It is people which makes a company. If there are no good people, there is no company. That is what Bill Gates would say. I have a video for you, so you guys can watch it.
Starting out at a small scale again, it's got a certain attraction to it. But I think it's interesting. Our business is not one where money makes that much difference at all. In fact, somebody was saying to me recently that Microsoft has such a strong position in our business. And I was saying, hey, if you took 30 of the top people and drafted them over to the other team, the score would change, very, very quickly. First of all, not only would the 30 go, the people who like working with the 30 would go with them. And so there's not some asset there. It's, all the products are going to be obsolete very, very rapidly. It's the people and their sense of how to do things and their enjoyment and working with each other. And, it'd be a shame to give that up. But, starting another company like that again, I'd have a blast doing it.
One of the greatest leadership decisions that Bill Gates took was when a company like IBM would offer and say that give us the licensing right. Probably an average person would have given the full rights to IBM and given the royalty to IBM. But what did Bill Gates do was, he didn't really give the licensing royalty to IBM. What he did was, for every software piece, that is for every OS, every computer that they install their software, their operating system. IBM should pay a part of it, a part of money to Windows, that is licensing for the OS. License key, you might have heard about it. Nowadays it's quite famous. Back then Bill Gates was one of the person who just invented about license keying, and for each computer there would be different license key, and that license key Microsoft would control, and that license key would be sold by Microsoft, not by IBM. Why is because why would that really happen? Because he saw a great potential that IBM computers can be easily cloned, the hardwares can be easily cloned, but what about the software? The software, if you need one computer, I mean for every software they have a unique key, and without that particular key the OS won't work proper, the OS won't even install. So that was the greatest thing that Bill Gates just did in his entire leadership. And the other thing was the benchmarking. So what do you really say? They just copied Apple. You can say that, but the truth is, I mean, Bill Gates says that it's a great platform. He just had an opportunity to be with Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. Who are those people? When I'm talking about Apple, when I'm talking about Steve Jobs, I'll let you know who is Steve Wozniak. If you guys know who's Steve Wozniak, give me a thumbs up down here. So drop your thoughts in the comment who Steve Wozniak is. So yeah, he would learn plenty of things from Steve Wozniak too, and he just learned about the interface, graphics interface, and the mouse. So this wasn't a part of Windows. Apple was the first one who just invented mouse, but before that Bill Gates just steal it, or something else just happened. So in his press meet, in fact, Bill Gates said that no, we are not going to do that. So, but it was a great marketing strategy from Bill Gates that he used the graphics interface. Until then, people used to type using keyboard, and people used to navigate in a monitor using keyboard. But mouse is the greatest invention, and Apple didn't really patent it, or Apple didn't really use it. In fact, Bill Gates would advise Steve Wozniak that your technology, your hardwares are really great. You should program it. You should take some copyrights on it. You should trademark it, all that. So you get a royalty from it when someone else uses. But Steve Wozniak or Jobs just rejected it, just ignored it, and Bill Gates used it. It's a great business opportunity. It's not that I'm gonna tell you Bill Gates is wrong, Steve Jobs and Wozniak was the person who invented it. Probably royalties are being broken, bonds are being broken, all that really happens in business. And yeah, so one of the greatest thing, another great thing that Bill Gates did was he clearly understood that people needs to upgrade every time. And upgrade in those particular days, they used to change the entire computer for upgrades, for a software upgrade too. So Bill Gates just said that using that particular hardware which you were running MS-DOS, we have a OS now called as Windows. You can run this in your computer. So that was the greatest invention that Bill Gates did, and he took 100% advantage by using this type of things. And in fact, Microsoft would really program operating system for Apple too, for their Macintosh computers. And after that, some things happened, some lawsuits, all that happened, and Apple just deviated, just developed their own OS. All that really happened. Until then, Microsoft was developing OS for Macintosh PCs, that is Apple PCs do. There wasn't something called as iOS back then. Microsoft was designing OS for Apple too. How awesome Microsoft would have been if they were really dominating Apple too. So yeah, so that really happened, and this is one of the greatest leadership trick that I have ever read. I mean, to dominate a market, you need to be a great leader. So I think Bill Gates is one of that, and it's pretty awesome to read about this particular great personalities and share my thoughts in a video or in a podcast. I'm so happy doing it, and drop your thoughts in the comment section, guys. You might feel like he had lots of highs in his life, and didn't he have any fall? Wasn't he criticized in his entire life? Yeah, he was criticized. I'll talk about that in my next video. The fall of Microsoft. I'll talk about that in my next video. So stay tuned for that video, guys. Until then, it's me signing off from Contriver podcast. Meet you guys at the top. Bye bye.